So 3 space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
Okay, everybody, here's my third game of Jeopardy Deluxe Edition for the Super Nintendo, in which so far, in 2 games, I have won myself $66,000. I'm going to win more? We shall find out as we begin. $66,000 in only 2 games. You heard correctly. Let's play. Liz and Jim are my opponents this game as we play the Jeopardy round.
Here are the categories.
And our 6 categories are going to be royalty, vice presidents, the human body, clothing, actors and roles, and finally, double D, which means those letters appear twice in the same word in each answer. Actors and roles 100.
The answer is...
This may sound fishy, but he won an Oscar for A Fish Called Wanda. Who is Kevin Kline? Yep. Actors and roles for 200.
The answer is...
In The Bride of Frankenstein, Elsa Lanchester played both the bride and this author. Who is Mary Shelley? Actors and roles for 300.
The answer is...
In 1980, Jane Seymour played Mozart's wife on Broadway in this play. What is Amadeus? Actors and roles for 400.
The answer is...
In a 1976 miniseries, Mackenzie Phillips and Jane Alexander both played this First Lady. Jim. Eleanor Roosevelt. She's the one. That gets Jim on the board with $400, and he makes the next selection. Royalty for 100.
The answer is...
$100. This empress was suspected of plotting the murder of her husband, Tsar Peter III, who is Catherine the Great. Royalty for 200.
The answer is...
An 1877 parade in Delhi celebrated Queen Victoria being given this title. What is Empress of India? Royalty for 300.
The answer is...
This Scandinavian country has had 10 kings named Christian. What is Denmark? Royalty for 400.
The answer is...
In 1963, the king of Sikkim, a tiny country in the Himalayas, married a woman from this country. What is the U.S.? Royalty for 500. Daily double. 1600, I'll bet it all. The Chakri dynasty has reigned in this Southeast Asian country since 1782. What is Thailand? That's the one! $3,200, just like that. Actors and roles for 500. When John Gielgud played Hamlet in 1936, this Birth of a Nation star was his Ophelia. Jim. Lillian Gish. She's the one. Well on my way to adding on to my $66,000 that I've won in just 2 games. Here we go, on to the next clue. Clothing for 100.
The answer is...
Some dictionaries say the name of this short coat came from the French for Jacob. What is a jacket? I'll take clothing for 200, please.
The answer is...
From Old English, brock, or leg coverings, you might be too big for yours. What are breeches? Clothing for 300?
The answer is...
Simian slang for a tuxedo. What is a monkey suit? Clothing for 400.
The answer is...
Himalayan goat whose fine downy wool is turned into luxurious sweaters. What is cashmere? What is the cashmere? Clothing for 500.
The answer is...
It's an extension of the collar folded over against the breast. What is the lapel? What is a lapel? Well done in clothing, 4,700. Double D, 100.
The answer is...
A command to Dobbin to speed up. What is giddy up? Double D for 200.
The answer is...
Noon. What is midday? I'll take double D for 300.
The answer is...
One who follows the latest diets, clothing, styles, etc. What is a fattest? Double D for 400.
The answer is...
King Abdul Aziz International, one of the world's largest airports, serves this city. What is Jeddah? Double D for 500.
The answer is...
In the song, My Heart Belongs to This Person. Who is Daddy? That's going to put me at $6,200. Woo! I'll take a human body for 100.
The answer is...
Scientists working independently discovered this blood factor in both 1939 and 1940. What is the RH factor? The human body for 200?
The answer is...
As a verb, this part of your body means to give someone a weapon. What is arm? The human body for 300.
The answer is...
They're able to stand on end due to small erector muscles. What are hairs? I'll take the human body for 400.
The answer is...
Though it stores blood and makes monocytes, this organ is non-essential and can be removed. What is the spleen? Human body for 500.
The answer is
Term for the tiny gap between neurons that nerve impulses have to jump. First time we hear from Liz this game. Maybe we'll let her have an opportunity to answer. Oh, a synapse. That would have been my guess, but I was not 100% sure. But she gets on the board, and we have one category left, which is Vice Presidents for... We'll start with 100. And the answer to that clue is as follows. Serving for 8 years, he was our very first Vice President. Who is John Adams? $200.
the answer is
Tippecanoe's VP. He was the first to succeed to the presidency after the death of the incumbent. Who was John Tyler? $300.
the answer is
Until 1933, VPs normally took their oaths in this chamber. Now they usually join the president. Liz. And she doesn't know. Dropping down to $200. Jim. Looking for the Senate. That would have been my guess, but I wasn't 100% sure. 400.
the answer is
During the 1970s, we had a total of this many vice presidents. Liz. We had 4 vice presidents. Uh-huh. I had a slight hunch it was 4, but I didn't really want to buzz in, so let's go to the last clue. Before going on to Double Jeopardy, here's the clue. The life of this man, our first vice president from New York, ended in a Staten Island hotel. Oh. Oh, well, Jim doesn't know. I have a slight idea, but I think I'll let Liz have a shot at it. Oh, she doesn't know either. So she'll finish at $100. I have a slight hunch, but I'll finish the Jeopardy round with $7,500. That's fine with me. Aaron Burr, and that would not have been my guess, so that's alright. Double Jeopardy time!
here are the categories.
Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Asia, classical music, American Indians, artists, fictional characters, and finally, sauces. There's lots of them in this world. Liz, you're in last place with $100, so we'll start with you. Where are we going? American Indians, 200.
The answer is
Fine place to start. Iroquois villages were often surrounded by these water barriers. Jim. Moats. Uh-huh. And that puts Jim at $900. He'll make the next selection. Asia for $200. And that's one of the 2 daily doubles. You can risk up to 1,000, Jim, so that's what he'll do. Here's the clue. The mythical beast pictured on the flag of Bhutan, and he doesn't know that it's a dragon. So he's in the hole at minus 100, but he makes the next selection. Fictional characters for 200.
The answer is
Flopsy appears in Peter Rabbit and Topsy in this 1852 novel. Jim. Uncle Tom's Cabin. So now Jim and Liz are tied at $100 apiece, and Jim makes the next selection. American Indians for 400.
the answer is
During the Revolutionary War, the Cherokee fought on this side. Liz. And she doesn't know, so she drops in the hole. Jim. The British. We get $500, and we go on. American Indians for 600.
the answer is
The Bureau of Indian Affairs has been an arm of this government department since 1849. Liz. And she doesn't know again. Minus $900. Ouch. Jim. Interior. Putting Jim at $1,100, and we go on. Sauces for 200.
the answer is
Sure to do good in this one. Seeing a condiment as well as a sauce, the fancy grade consists of no less than 33% tomato solids. What is ketchup? I'm going to go over to Asia for 400.
the answer is
The Stan in Pakistan and Afghanistan has a Persian suffix meaning this. What is land? Asia for 600.
the answer is
He was India's prime minister immediately following its independence from Britain. Liz. Jawaharlal Nehru. Minus 300, and we go to the next clue. Classical music for 200.
the answer is
Berlioz neglected his medical study in this capital to spend his nights at the opera. What is Paris? I'll take Asia for 800.
the answer is
The predominant religion of Laos, though the communist government discourages it. I think I know, but I don't really want to ring in. Liz? Buddhism, and that would have been my guess. That's okay. She's out of the hole now and has $500, and she's going to make the next selection. American Indians for 800.
the answer is
The birth of her son, Baptiste, was recorded by Meriwether Lewis on February 11th, 1805. Who was Sacagawea? Let's go back to Asia for 1,000.
the answer is
Nepal, with one of the lowest per capita GNPS in Asia, has 90% of its workforce engaged in this. Liz. Farming. Putting Liz in second place at $1,500. Fictional characters for 400.
the answer is
This name has been associated with both Robinson Crusoe and Bill Gannon. What is Friday? Fictional characters for 600.
The answer is
The name Beaumarchais bestowed on the Barber of Seville. Jim. He doesn't know. Drops to $500, trailing Liz by 1,000 and trailing me by 9,000. While Liz right now just trails me by 8,000, but let's see if it'll go up or down. Figaro. So that puts her at $2,100. And we're going to the next clue. American Indians for 1,000.
The answer is
So there. A city near Detroit is named for this Ottawa chief who united the Great Lakes tribes in 1763. Who was Pontiac. Yep. $10,500 now. Sauces for 400.
The answer is
Basic Italian spaghetti sauce whose name means in sailor style. What is marinara? I'll take sauces for 600.
The answer is
A variety of very hot chili pepper or a brand of very hot sauce sold in small dropper bottles. What is Tabasco? Sauces for 800.
The answer is
Brown sugar, corn syrup, cream, and butter create this sauce often served on Sundays. What is caramel? And sauces for 1,000.
The answer is
The color of and other name for bechamel sauce. Bechamel sauce, however you say it. Jim. White sauce, that's the one. Putting Jim back up to $1,500. While I'm sitting pretty with over $12,000 right now as we go to the next clue. Artists, 200.
the answer is
In return for film rights, Japanese TV financed a 12-year work cleaning his Vatican frescoes. Liz. Michelangelo. $2,300. Next clue. Classical music, 400.
the answer is
Leopold Mozart, who was this relative of Wolfgang, was a famous composer too. Oh, I think I know, but I don't know. His father. Yeah, that would have been my guess too. 1900, Jim. Where are we going? Classical music, 600.
the answer is
1940 Disney film with the music of Bach, Beethoven, Stravinsky, Schubert, and Mussorgsky. What is Fantasia? Let's have fictional characters for 800.
the answer is
It was Jack Duncanson's nickname in Oliver Twist. What is the Artful Dodger? Fictional characters for 1,000.
the answer is
George du Maurier's novel Trilby had this hypnotist whose name now means evil manipulator. Jim. What is Svengali? That is correct. Not a lot of clues remaining, so how many clues we have left? We have 6 clues left. Classical music, 800.
the answer is
This master composer of ballets was the leading Russian composer of the late 19th century. Who is Tchaikovsky? Classical music for 1,000.
The answer is
Prokofiev's piece about a little Homo sapiens and a Canis lupus. What is Peter and the Wolf? That's going to put me at $15,500. Artist 400, please.
the answer is
Though he died in France, Van Gogh was born in this country. What is the Netherlands? Uh-huh. 600.
the answer is
Harper's Weekly hired Winslow Homer to provide illustrations for this war for its readers. What is the Civil War? $800. Answer there, the other Daily Double. I have 16,500. How much am I going to put at risk? Let's just do 800. Here's the clue. When his false start sold in November 1988 for $17 million, it set a record for a living artist. I'll take a guess on this one. Who is Andy Warhol? No. It was Jasper Johns, but it was only an $800 loss, so let's look at the last clue.
the answer is
Edward Hicks's best-known work, it shows the prophecy in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 16 about animals together. Liz. And it's the Peaceable Kingdom. So at the end of the Double Jeopardy round, Liz has $3,300, Jim $2,900, and me $15,700. It's a runaway game. Final Jeopardy category is Gone Fishing. How much of my money am I going to put at risk? Just 300. Splashing and wearing clothes that reflect light may provoke sharks to do this. What is attack? And if that's right, I go up to $16,000. If I am wrong, I drop to $15,400. So either way, I win. But either way, whatever happens, I'm going to break $80,000. Is it attack? Yes, so I'm going to go up to $16,000. Let's see how everybody else did. Did Jim come up with attack? He did. He doubles his money to $5,800. Did Liz come up with attack? She did. She goes to $5,600. I also said attack, putting me at $16,000 for a 3-game winnings total of $82,000. See you all next time.